What's going on, guys? Noah here, coming at you guys with a brand new video today. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm going to do a commentary over the footage that I took at the Bears Den. So hole 1 is going to be 260 feet, dead straight off the tee. This one kind of leaks a little bit left on me and leaves me probably about 40 short. Taking a nice little run at it to see if I can cash it in. But coming a little bit long, go deep of the basket. And my comeback putt, I end up hitting both of these trees, unfortunately, and just kind of rolling under the basket. And I'm getting a tap-in for bogey starting out. But going into hole 2, 385 feet. It's par 3. It's very, very long. Trying to throw a big Z Zeus off of the teeth and having a nice flex. I end up hitting a tree there in the middle. It's hard to see, but my upshot, I'm going to be throwing an ESP buzz, trying to have it skip up towards the basket and put me right under it for an easy par. This is a hole that I'm still working on for grabbing a 2, but leaves me about 25 short. I kind of stare this one down for a little bit. It's in that death putt range where if you miss it, it's about 15 long. But I end up draining it down for a par, so we are still 1 up on the round. Hole 3 is going to be 265 feet. It's a par 3 going to the left. I'm throwing a Tour Series Thrasher off the tee. And you have 2 gaps. You have the inside gap here that I take. I had this flip up to flat and rotate towards the basket. It leaves me probably about 15 short. Or you can go around the big tree to the right and have it crash in and probably be about pin high. But here's my lie. I ended up probably about 25 feet again with a pretty narrow gap that I had to shoot through. But I end up draining this for a 2, so bringing us down to even on the round. So first bird of many to come. Hole 4 is going to be 270 feet, dead straight, very tight fairway. So I'm just going to be throwing a Big Z Sting. Going to have it flip up. I didn't give it enough power to get all the way down to the basket. I kind of fluffed it a little bit. But it leaves me probably about 40 short of the basket, and I'm going to give this one a good run just to try and cash in another 2. But kind of slipped out of my hand. It's a little bit wobbly. Didn't feel good. That tree behind me there was really distracting me from my putt. But easy little comeback putt here, 10 feet away. Easy tap in for me. Hole 5, 325 feet, par 3. I threw a Big Z Zeus off the tee again. I'm just having something big flex line through the middle there and having it flex towards the basket. And I wish I wasn't standing in the front of this so you guys could see how close this was to acing. But this was a monster of a drive. But there's my lie. Rosie's protecting it there for me, but end up probably falling maybe 2 feet short of what I needed to cash this in. But another 2 coming into hole 6, so we are 1 down. Going into hole 6 now. Hole 6 is going to be 260 feet with a real tight gap. I'm going to be throwing a Tour Series Thrasher again, having it just pop up flat and rotate towards back the basket. And this actually stuck right next to it because of the sand. So this is an easy another little tap in, 2 birds right in a row. But
I'd be pissed.
Coming into hole 7. This is another par 3, 350. It's a little dogleg right, so you need something that's going to flex out just past this pine tree that I just fly right over top of. It didn't cut soon enough, so I left myself pin high, but left myself about 50 feet wide of the basket. I also did find someone's disc on this hole, so I will be posting that on the Lost and Found page for any of my friends that may have lost a disc. It's a Champion Beast red. But kind of throw that one a little bit short. Just kind of skip past the basket and easy little tap in 10-footer to clean up for my par. So coming into hole 8, it's going to be 315 feet dead straight off the tee. This is my nemesis hole. This is a hole I have to backhand, and I end up throwing a Tour Series Thrasher again, just having it flip up to flat and rotating over to the right and then finishing off hard left. It leaves me probably about 40 short again. Unfortunately, these are the ones where I still need a lot of practice to kind of dial this putt in. I'm still trying to determine if I want to jump or if I just want to try and spin putt this. But a lot of them right now are just short little step jump putts. But kind of gets away from me. Gets probably about 25 feet past the basket. But I'm going to end up draining this in for another par. My comeback putts are usually the ones that save me in a round. So Going into hole 9, it's 310 feet. You got 2 gaps, one off to the right where the arrow is, or one off to the left. I'm going to be throwing a Big C Sting. I end up going down the middle of the fairway, hitting a branch up top, and it just fly swatters me straight down into the ground. But shout out to Kemma for the little camera work here she did. I almost put this in the basket. I was like 2 feet wide of it. But easy little tap in 2 here. Coming up for hole 10, or tap in 3, sorry, I apologize. But hole 10, 260 feet, par 3. This is a very forehand dominant hole. I'm just throwing a ESP misprint Zeus. This skips up probably 2 feet in front of the basket again, leaving me with probably about 10 feet to the basket for a 2 going into hole 11. So we are 4 down through 10 right now going into hole 11, which is the biggest hole on the course. So, yeah. But yeah, I'm showing here that I was pretty close to hitting that one. So hole 11, 680 feet. It's dead straight off the tee, but the fairway itself ends up like curving and winding a little bit. But throwing a Big Z Zeus off the tee again, having it flex. I got a really nice skip out of it, more forward skip than right to left skip, and get myself in the landing zone. But I'm throwing a Raptor down the hill here. I'm trying to just get this skip off the ground and hit up towards the basket because it's a little bit shorter. It ended up getting stuck in those branches and that like crap down there at the bottom of the hill. So I decided to go for a par here. Running this was going to be a risky move. Could potentially be taking a bogey out of it. So I decided to just go with a quick little layup. But left myself probably about 10 short. For me, that's a tap in 2. Or a tap in par. Going into hole 12, it's going to be the easiest hole out on the course. It is 215 feet, par 3, dead straight. I'm just throwing a Crystal Luna off the tee, just trying to cash this in. I leave it probably like 2 feet high. It just glides over the basket and finishes off a little bit hard left. But this is a tap in 2 for 5 down through 12 holes, boys. We're actually on a good roll, and this is turning out to be a pretty good round for myself. So going into hole 13, this is a par 4. I'm doing a little bit of course maintenance here, so if you guys got the time, pick up some trash, move some sticks out there at the Bears Den, boys. We can get that course clean and ready to go for everybody. But hole 13, 480 feet. It's par 4 over top of a valley. I'm throwing a Big Z, or a titanium nuke that has Z plastic to it, and it's more flexy. I just end up ripping on this thing, letting it bomb out probably about 380 feet, leave myself probably 100 short of the basket. But easy little challenger shot. This was an easy decision out of my hand. The disc is really reliable flying, and I leave it probably about 2 feet short of the basket and almost cashing it in. So this is a tap in 3 for a bird, which puts us 6 down through 13 holes. Going into hole 14, it's going to be 390 feet, par 3. I throw a Big Z Zeus, I believe, again off of this. Just a really nice big anti-flex line. It leaves me probably about 25 short, and this is actually my first 2 on this hole, and I'm super excited to grab this one because it's one I've been desiring for quite a bit now since the Bears have been open. But that puts us 7 down through 15 holes. 6 down, sorry boys. 6 down through 15 holes. 15 is 280, par 3, little dogleg right. I'm ending up throwing a Raptor on this, keeping a little bit low, having the sand really slow that disc down instead of having it up high and potentially going down this hill where Rosie just kind of wandered on off. But this put me probably 8 feet from the basket for an easy tap in 2 for 7 down through 15, boys. But going into hole 16, I want to apologize for the sun. Was not in my favor on this one, but it's 300 feet, par 3, dead straight. There's some trees in the middle that you can't see because of the sun. I end up getting all the way down and hitting the second available tree that you kind of have to get past, and it fly swats it down. And I was thinking it was a lot closer to the basket than it actually was, but leaves me probably about 50 short. I'm just going for a nice little easy run. I leave it a little bit left, and it rolls back on me probably about 10 feet behind the basket. But as we know, that's a little easy tap in for a par. So 7 down through 17 holes. Hole 17 is going to be 265 feet, dead straight off the tee. It's a par 3.
I know.
And I'm going to be throwing a Big C Sting off the tee again. This has been my go-to backhand disc. It flips up really, really late and rotated over to the right, and then got a really fortunate tree kick and pushed itself back out into the fairway and left me probably about 15 short of the basket. But an easy little tap in 2 here for me, which puts us 8 down through 18, turning out to be a great round for myself. So hole 18, 255 feet, par 3. I'm throwing a Big Z Soul. Ends up rotating over to the right and then just coming over the basket on the left-hand side there, and leaves me pin high 15 wide of the basket, and end up cashing this in for 9 down on the round at Bears Den. So I'm coming for that 10, 11 down, boys. I'm starting to dial in this course. I'm really been enjoying it. But if this is something you guys enjoyed, definitely leave a like, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.